The O. Henry Playhouse presents Fog in Santone, a famed short story from the equally famous O. Henry collection, Rolling Stones.
Oh, it's you, is it, Mr. O. Henry?
Yes, it is, Pat. How's the family?
Fine, sir, fine.
Good.
Forgive my interrupting your train of thought, but ever since that fellow Brody jumped off here, the bridge seems to hold a fascination for the Moody's.
Well, I can believe that. In fact, I've been thinking along those lines myself.
You're not in trouble, are you, sir?
Yes, Pat, deep trouble. I have a man doomed to die, and I don't know how to save him.
Oh, in a story, you mean?
Well, story of fog and night and a human triumph over hopelessness and despair. I call it Fog in San Antone.
There's no end to such stories here in New York. But they don't all end in triumph.
Well, this is not a New York story. It ended in Texas. But it started in a doctor's office in Knoxville, Tennessee.
Might as well give it to me straight, Doc.
Sometimes I regret I ever studied medicine.
I guess that's straight enough. But you know, even before you started making all those tests, I knew what the final answer would be.
I didn't know you were a diagnostician.
The doctor tells a patient that there are times he regrets having studied medicine. He doesn't have to be a diagnostician to know that it's just a matter of time before the family starts wearing black. Coughing much better these days, don't you agree?
Travis, I brought you into this world. I removed your first winter, set your broken leg. I watched you grow up.
You've watched me die a little more with each day, too, Average.
No, not really. What I was going to say is this. As doctors, we have only a certain amount of drugs with which to cure common illnesses. And yet it's true that science every day finds some new medicine, some new way to attack an old problem. And it's true at the moment, medically, it's nothing I can further do for you. I've exhausted all my experience. But I do know one thing. The greatest medicine in the world is faith. Unfortunately, it can't be supplied by the doctor himself. It can only be supplied by the patient.
How much longer have I got?
It's impossible to say. Too much of the final answer remains in your hands.
Forget my hands. Would you say the odds are 100 to 1 against my living another 6 months?
I never place gambling odds against or for human life.
Juck that very nicely. Well, maybe you're right, Doc. Maybe the final answer is in my hands.
Believe me, Travis, I've seen faith work miracles.
Yeah, well, I'll try to remember that every time I cough, or every time my body feels like a train ran over it.
All right, Travis. Keep taking your medicine. Drop in next Friday for another chest examination.
Can't do it, Doc. Can't do it. See, I just decided a change of scene is what I need. You know, new places, new faces. Who knows, maybe even new conversation.
All right, Travis. You remember one thing. Be sure to get plenty of rest, sleep. Don't allow yourself to get overtired.
No. I'm gonna get overtired, Doc. I'm gonna make sure that I get a nice, long rest.
Evening, Mr. Carter. You back again?
I've been here before.
About an hour ago.
Blame it on these crooked Texas streets and that confounded fog. You haven't changed your mind?
No, Mr. Carter. I couldn't sell you those tablets. They're poison.
That's always a shocking thing to hear, Mr. O. Henry. Self-destruction's a mortal sin. But who knows what happens to a man in a case like that? Was there no help for the lad? Nobody he could turn to?
Apparently not. He continued the wearying rounds of the drugstore until finally late at night he found himself in front of a cafe called Charlie's Place.
Big night, Rosa. Martin Drake and a couple of very important men from downtown will be in, and I want you to take care of them.
I thought we were going out. I thought this was our night.
It was, baby, until I got word that Martin Drake and his friends were on the town. Now, I can't disappoint people like that.
Yeah, I remember a time when you couldn't disappoint me either.
I can remember, too, baby, but things have changed a little bit. You just take care of Martin Drake and his friends. We'll talk about the rest of this
There's
later.
a lot to talk about. You just said it all with a look. Why don't you take off the coat and stay a while?
Get away from me.
Oh, boy, this must be my night. Well, how about a dance?
Lady, I can't even walk until I rest a while. Now, will you run along? You drew a blank.
What's the matter? Sick?
I'm sick, despondent, dejected, disgusted. You order that?
Rules of the house cost you a drink to talk to me.
Keep it.
Maybe a lot of things wrong with you, mister, but you're certainly not broke.
No, I'm not broke. You seem to make that important.
Isn't it?
No, not compared to a lot of things. No. You know, it'd be wonderful to get warm again. As warm as you, for instance. Oh, if I could only do that.
What makes you think it's impossible?
Me. I know it's impossible. All burned out inside. There's nothing left. I'm sorry, lady. Now, will you get out of here, please?
Who told you there was nothing left?
A doctor. 6 doctors. After months of consultation and examination. You see, I got a bug. Or rather, a few million bugs. They all got voracious appetites, and they're eating me up.
Can't your doctors help?
No. They say they have done everything they can and fail. The rest is up to me.
What do you mean by that?
I didn't know until tonight. Then it suddenly occurred to me what they were talking about. They were talking about this. These 2 little beauties. I had a hard time finding them, but as you say, I'm not broke. And everything has a price.
What are they?
They're skate. They're 2 half-grain tablets of escape. Take them and drift into a nice, warm, friendly, quiet darkness. There's one who wraps the drapes of his couch about him and lies down to silent dreams.
Thanatopsis, William Cullen Bryant, 1794 to 1878. Are you sure that's what the doctors meant? Escape means running away, you know. Weakness. Isn't there some strength you can call on?
No. What are you trying to do to me?
Thanatopsis, you called on that a minute ago. The words of a long-dead poet. Perhaps if you, reached way down, deep inside. Deeper than you've ever gone before.
You're quite a girl. Where'd you learn about thanatopsis?
Oh, high school, Kentucky. One of my major triumphs. It's a beautiful spring day. Floated home from school with my report card. The grass was knee-high to a yearling. Blue jays picking at the persimmons. Mom was in the kitchen baking bread. The smell of it was all through the house.
Dad was down the barn getting ready to sit up with the chestnut mare all night long. So that the next morning, all the neighbors could ride over to see the new foal.
I thought you talked like home folk. Where you from, boy?
Tennessee. Right down the cornbread and buttermilk country.
Jolly, boy, jolly. Good to see you.
Come on, everything's ready for you. Get right down.
Leave everything in your hands. Just remember, nothing but the map.
Who's the big man from the backwoods?
Martin Drake. He comes in every now and then to do what we laughingly call take over the joint.
Including you?
Including me.
I'd better get out of here.
Goodbye.
Charlie, where's Rosa?
Yeah, just a minute, Mr. Drake. Come on, honey. I got you all built up now. You can wrap them right around your little finger.
Look, why don't you wrap it around your finger?
I got the wrong kind of wrapping.
Hey, Rosa. Rosa!
Don't worry about a thing. Now, come on. I can't hold him much longer.
Look, Charlie, do you mind if I don't?
If you don't what?
Forget it, I'll fix the wool.
It's a good girl. I thought you were going prima donna on this. Get to it.
I'm sorry, the other fella got everything.
Thank goodness you're alive.
Barely. Oh, that's where I was hit. With what?
Gun, butt, fists, what's the difference? Come on, get up.
You're right. What's the difference?
Let's get out of here.
By the way, what are you doing here?
I had an idea. We're headed for trouble. Besides, I don't like to lose a good customer.
Very considerate of you. Very...
Hang on, I've got a room nearby.
I thought you said this was to be a story of triumph, a tale of the rise of the human spirit over the tragedies and despairs of life. I don't like to hear or read sad stories, Mr. O'Henry. I see too much of it in my daily work. Here, you've left me not with one, but two very embittered people.
Looks like it, doesn't it?
Indeed it does. Him with that sickness gnawing away at his lung, and her... You know, she really must have been in love with that Charlie, the fellow that ran the place.
Yes, she was. Not wisely, but too well. Certainly she had every reason to be disillusioned now.
That Charlie. Him and that blonde he kept flaunting in Rosa's face. How does a man like that get away with such carryings on?
I don't know. I've asked 100 women that same question.
And got 100 different answers, I'll bet, none of which make sense.
Except to a woman.
Well, maybe that's it. Do you have a finish to the story, Mr. O'Henry?
I think so.
Does it get more cheerful as we go along?
Yes, but it gets worse before it gets better. Rosa had a room upstairs back of Charlie's place, and that's where she took Carter. It wasn't much of a room, but Carter was in no shape to criticize furnishings by the time he got there.
This your room? What'll the house detective say?
House detective that hit you over the head.
Wait a minute, I can't stay here.
No, come on.
Perhaps I can. All that money I had, it's gone. I'm broke.
I know. Come on, stretch out. Let me look at your head. That's not too bad. Your hat must have taken a bit of a blow.
My hat? Well, my hat was driven through my skull. You were a soothing way with the man, Rosa. This your bed?
Yes.
Forgive me, my dear. I think I'm falling asleep.
There's Rosa. Hey, Rosa. Just bring her over here, Charlie. I'll take care of the rest.
Right. Where you been all this time?
Outside.
Outside? I thought you went to fix your makeup.
Look, I wanted to get some fresh air. It's beginning to smell like a bear pit in here.
Oh, so the joint's not good enough for you, huh? You've been making a pretty good living out of this joint for a good number of years. Now it's not good enough for you, is that it?
Hey, Charlie. Bring her over. Party's dying.
Okay, Mr. Drake. Best is to come yet.
No, it's not good enough for me, Charlie. It's what I deserve. No, it's just not good enough for me.
What you been drinking?
Just the weak tea you've been charging the suckers $1 for.
Maybe what you need is a real drink. You know, it'll straighten you out a little bit. Now, pull your socks up and get over to that table. There's a wine buyer in the house.
Look, Charlie, before, when you knew these things were coming up, you always managed to send me away until the place cleared.
Couldn't fix it that way tonight, Rosa. And he wants you this table now. Pull yourself together and give him that old hot as fire, cold as ice thing.
Am I glad to see you? I woke up upstairs and everything's gone. My watch, my money, even my escape tablets. They're poison. Rosa. Rosa, do you remember what you said to me? Perhaps if I dug way down deep inside, deeper than I'd ever gone before. Well, I tried that, and I couldn't do it alone. I needed help. And when I needed it most, you came along. And then something happened, something wonderful and warm. I forgot about being alone and afraid. I slept. For the first time in months, I slept like a baby.
Rosa, look at me. You're the strong one. You gave me this new courage, this new faith. And I failed to see that you desperately needed help yourself.
It's all right. It's... Something happened to me. A weakness.
Something wonderful. Don't you see? Perhaps now, maybe there's something of me that I can help you. If I can take it, Rosa, help me by letting me help you. Give some purpose to my life. Some reason to fight. Rosa, for whatever it is and for how long it might last, will you marry me?
You can ask me that. Here.
I can ask you that here, anywhere. It doesn't make any difference, as long as we're together.
Never works.
We'll make it work. From day to day, we'll make it work. And even if it just lasts for one day, think how far ahead of the rest of the world we'll be.
Hey, what's going on here? Rosa, you're supposed to be my party. Come on out of there.
You must be mistaken, sir. This lady and I have just decided to be married.
Married? Lady? Hey, Charlie! Charlie, come here! This is a good one. You got a lady in the house.
You all right?
I was just laughing. You were great. Just great.
Where are we going?
Going to wake up a preacher.
Oh, come on, in these clothes.
Get you some new ones in the morning. Fog is cleared.
I have a confession to make. My home isn't in Kentucky. You know, all that talk about blue jays and persimmons in the South. This is customer talk. I'm from Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania.
Well, you still did real good for a Yankee.
Well, I guess it was worth it.
What was worth it?
A few months of happiness they found together.
Well, it was much more than a few months. Amazing, isn't it? He was a man, ready to destroy himself. And he found somebody who needed him, and he reached down deep inside of himself to find something the doctor told him to find. Faith.
A happy ending.
Well, I promised you a story of triumph, human spirit over adversity. People like Carter, Rosa, couldn't let you down. They went to work on a ranch.
You mean he became a cowboy?
After hard, bitter years, Rosa cooked and kept house. Carter grew stronger. They now have a ranch in Texas. It's all they can handle, but Carter writes that soon he's going to get help from his first son.
Good. I'm glad to hear it turned out that way. I've been sad for days worrying about those two. And you know that fella, Drake, you know, the one at Charlie's place? I can almost forgive him. After all, he brought them together.